Alright, so after that, we are finally all caught up. This was the episode You and I Become One. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys pretty much what I liked about this episode, and then, of course, I will give it a score. If you're wondering why I'm keeping my voice a little bit lower, it's because it's nighttime. I had to record this one late at night to get all caught up, but either way, let's get into this. So You and I Become One. I kind of like this episode, based on the premise. I believe this is based on, and you can, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is based on The Fly, I believe, where two creatures merged into one and it became like this kind of abomination sort of deal. Also, there's this episode could be a possible callback to Sonic Lost World, in which Tails kind of half became robot, but like it was some sort of, if I remember correctly, it was the plan the Zeddy had to turn Tails against Sonic was to roboticize him using Eggman's machine, but Tails got one of his tails out, reprogrammed the machine to roboticize him, but not fully, so he still had his brain function. And that's what this kind of reminded me of, minus the Buster hand, but still, you know, it may or may not have been a callback to that, but it's very similar. Like, once again, we see Tails getting the business. I don't want this to become a running gag or a thing, but how many times have I said Tails gets the business? Like, how many times have I said, like, it's appropriate? It's always seems to be Tails that just gets ruined. He gets hurt, injured. Something always happens to Tails, and it's just, I don't know. He's like a pain magnet or something. Like, the writers are, I think there's some sort of higher power here, like some sort of conspiracy that is trying to take out Tails, and it's becoming more and more apparent as time goes on, and I've seen it over and over again. But Tails is just destined to get hurt. It's like they cannot not hurt Tails. It's just something that happens. I guess that could be a negative, but I mean, this was more or less a Tails based episode because this one really focused more on him. Kind of a bit of him, and also showing how the group more or less does care for him. Having to take out the B-bots to take him out, I don't know if I agree with that, but I mean, it's the only way they were going to be able to reach him. And here's another thing. Eggman comes in and saves the day. Again, I believe this is the second time he's saved Tails in this series, so good on Eggman for showing, even though Sonic had to more or less reverse psychology him into it, but good on Eggman for showing up and helping save the day, even if Tails could have done it himself if he had just tested. Actually, the whole crux of this thing could have been if Tails would have tested on an inanimate object first, which you think, the way Eggman pointed out, like any good scientist would do. And I'm thinking, you know what, he's right. But in Tails' defense, he is still young. It's like he's got too much brain, but he's still, like, not, what's the word I'm looking for, wise enough to know when or when not to do things, I guess. So, what was the lesson learned here? Don't merge with a bee. Because this is a bee-based episode, and since bees tend to attract a certain type of comment, I'm just going to go ahead and open the floodgates. Flood the comments with your best bee-based pun, because get it out of your system now, because I know it's coming. I know what the comment section will become. Yes, I do. And I've already started the never-ending chain of bee puns. That being said, I would like to also state that there are a lot of good jokes in this episode. I like that Knuckles, of course, the one time he's doing leg day, he gets attacked, and then he references that apparently this is a thing that always happens to him on leg day, which would explain why his body's so messed up. I mean, that's probably not the real explanation, but that joke works with like how the character is, so I really enjoyed that. That's really the standout joke here. I guess the Eclipse joke also really hit home, because that's kind of, it's like Eggman cheated. He points it to the sun and says there's an eclipse. The characters stare at the sun for like a good 5 seconds before they go, wait a minute, we're not supposed to stare at an eclipse. It's like not even the fact that they are staring at the sun, or that they would know that it's not that time of the year for the eclipse. But the fact that they're like, you're not supposed to stare at the sun, like, okay. I thought that was a really good joke, and then they just react to Eggman cheating with, of course, laughter. They're all villains there. Besides the bee puns and everything, I kind of like this episode. It's not my favorite. It's up there though. I would give this one. Let's just throw all the people who like to predict what my score will be for a loop. I'm gonna judge differently this time. I'm gonna go by a different ratio, a little different metric here to shake things up. I'm gonna give this one a 3.5 stars out of 5. There we go. That'll throw them for a loop. See if they can predict my scores from now on. If I start mixing it up, start giving them A's, B's, 9s out of 10s, who knows what I might come up with next. But since we are going into the next episode, which is apparently the 100th episode of Sonic Boom, something special might be happening, you know, something crazy, a little mix-up, a little crossing of the streams, if you get my drift, if you catch what I'm saying, if you, if you just kind of grasp what I'm talking about, some crazy things may happen. Who knows, you know, 100th thing. But, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? Did you feel meh about it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wolfie Reactions for more videos like this one if you haven't already. I'm literally trying to think of bee puns off the bat, but I can't. It's really hard to come up with them on the spot. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out, guys. I've got some editing to do tonight. I'll see you all next time. So, actually, before I do that, also be sure to check out my gaming channel. I'm trying to, work on some things there. That's where the Sonic Forces, when that game comes out, that's where that playthrough is gonna be. It's gonna be at Wolfcast Gaming. That's my first show for the gaming channel. Check it out below. All my gaming stuff will eventually work its way there. So, I got an Undertale playthrough there. I got Sonic Mania there, in case you guys ever want to take a look. But for now, I'm going to head out. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.
Can you feel the sunshine? Does